Boom, boom. This is Kendra. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a bit of Soul Land Reloaded up today. So I haven't done a video in a couple of days. It's been pretty quiet. We really don't have any large-scale events going on. We're basically in the midst of a Soulbone event, which is why I wanted to go ahead and do the video because even though this is not a what you might want to call a marquee event, meaning they'll have something on the actual desktop specifically designed for that, it's still a very, very profitable event if you partake. So let's go ahead and go through things. So basics, we got Zoo King's concert up again. Of course, always going to have Zoo King's concert up after Wrong Wrong's breakfast. So that's a common event and everything. It is Friday, so Devil Whales are up. You want to make sure that you partake in this as well, just simply to get the actual rewards because, you know, it's just, it's miscellaneous mats and stuff, but it's always stuff that you could use. So you want to partake of it. Do your round, do your pull, you know, your free fight, auto your free fights, and then purchase two to get the actual quest reward for that. We're coming in on the end, so as you can see, you want to, you know, I didn't actually get into the North region this year. You don't really have to. One or the other is usually more than enough to get the actual weekly. I didn't log on during what happened, so, but don't really need it, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, so. Active Wheel, of course, is up as well. Make sure you participate in this. You should be running this whole thing, get us all the way out to here. Always do the daily to get the things. So I'm going to have to do some more, run some more stamina here. But I got a bunch of Oscar sausages, so it's not a big deal. So here is the actual event. It's inside the time-limited event. The freebies are, of course, you always want to. This is just great freebies. Some Doomstones and then some of the readies. This is what you're looking for right here. This is the best Soulbone set in the game. So you get free of these. You'll be able to get, you know, just from this, you'll be able to get 30. That's half of what you need. But if you go down here and look, they got a bunch of stuff that you can purchase. But right down here is what we're looking for. So I purchased all this stuff. You definitely want to get the Spirit Source because that's what you take your SUPs. You always want to purchase all these. And 45 is quite a bit. You purchase all of the Doomstones. Purchase all of the essence, and then here is another chance to get 30. So you should have enough to get just from the free and just purchasing this. That's enough to make one piece. You always want to get some of the Sea God shards because these are the best sets right there. Making two of these, I put them on my best stackers because they give us all kinds of buffs, and then just all these mats. As I've said before, you know, just snatching up these mats. I mean, this is like, you know, this is. You know, 1,200, 600 for this. You know, this is excellent stuff that you do need. You always need it if you want to increase your thing. So you should definitely partake in it. Soulbone chest. This is where you want to spend a little bit of your diamonds at. As you know, the Soulbone chest is actually not something that you accrue, unlike the Awaken, which you can accrue, the Hidden Weapon, which you accrue. Even the Mortal Herb, which you accrue, you do not accrue the Soulbone. So basically, it's a per diamond pool, and you can pool up to 50 a day. But you definitely want to try to pull as many as you can. And I know it's expensive because if you look at this right now, doing 15 of these, which will be the next set that I need to get, that's $47.50 right there, and that will only. The problem with that is it only gets you 30 of the soul. Now this should be 60. This should be a full set. If you're spending $47.50, 4,750 diamonds, you should be getting at least 60 so you can make a piece. Okay, that's just a little bit overpriced there. But you should, you know, I'm building it up. I'll once I've got enough to build some pieces, I'll go ahead and do it. I'm pretty close right now to where I need to be. I'm at 180, so I can build 3 pieces right now. So I need another 60, and I'll be able to build a full set. But I do have enough to build a Sea God, half of a Sea God set, almost enough to build 2 pieces as well. So, but I'll look at that. As you can see, I've got an abundance of Doomstones. So that once I do that, I'll be able to, you know, rack those up, because that's very important when you're You need both the essence and that to take your actual soul bones up to SS plus, which is what you want to do. So I can take this piece right here up. So as you can see, it's just, it's really easy, but it's really hard and get the attack plus 20% because I have 2 sets of it now. So more sets, plus 30. New skill, Devil Well, Divine Armor, permanently increases block rate, crit resist rate, healing effect, and PvP damage reduction by 2%. Can be inherited by support soul masters. That's nice. During the battle, skill decreases, receive crit damage by 16% with a 5% chance of perfectly evading all skills, including divine skills and ultimate skills. So as you can see, as you the buffs are astronomical on this. It's just multiple 3 and 4 added, buffs, percentage increase, flat attack increases. As you can see, that took me up 6 million because I think I was at 450. It's up to 456 just by doing one piece of armor. So it's definitely something that you always want to look for that. So if you're not going to purchase anything else, you should definitely try to get those spirit stones. The only way to get them, as I've said before, is in the gold shop. Which one is it here? Gold Soul shop right here, and you can only get a weekly dose of these. You can't, and I think it's limited. Okay, so you can only get them, and it's weekly, and it's not enough to do a piece. So you have to get them from other sources. So it usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks to actually get enough to actually do a piece. So anytime they have an event where you can just snatch up a bunch of them, you should definitely be doing that. Okay, so this is a Soulbone event, and yeah, they don't have any event. They don't have anything for it out here, but that's not about. It's just under time limited. But make sure you do take into that. So as you can see, I'm up to 456 right now. I've got SS plus Bo. She's getting ready to crack into the set there. We'll be using her pretty soon. Biggest thing about her is just working on the soul bone, getting the soul bones. Got to get them up to 3R. Once I get that up to 3R, she'll probably be right in here. She'll probably be the third most powerful on the team, and then I'll be moving her into the first. Right now, she's main dealage dammer of the second team. But that's actually she's second. Past life tank Sam is actually the first one. Then she is second in that. But it's making things a lot easier. I now have 2 full teams of SSs, 2 SS healers. So everything's working out great in terms of that. It's allowed me to progress through at some of the harder stages and get higher up into the things so you can actually get some of the better rewards. The higher you go, the better rewards. We hit 87. But like I say, it's going to be 90 before we're actually going to be using it. So hopefully, I'm just waiting for Ren to come out. We're still lacking the shards for her, so we still need 40 shards for her. That should be 2 events. We should see something for her sometime, probably middle of next week will be the second one, and then probably the week after that, another event will pop up where we'll actually get the remaining 20. And that'll give us the 40 that we need to actually complete her, because we can always use that. I'm not sure if I can actually bring up. I want to go ahead and bring her up to 1 moon, but I don't think I have enough. Let's see how short I am. So now she's up to 1 moon. You get team attack. That's the one I was looking for right there. So we'll put a little bit into that, and that'll help us up. Took us up to 457. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting, it's close. It's just a slow time working up. I'm probably not going to take. I'm probably not going to go any higher with these three at this point. I'm going to take her up to max, okay, and I'm going to take Ren up to max. Simply, and so I'll have Clear Sky, and I'll probably keep Chen for the time being, and then we'll use the other tacker. Will of course be Bo, and then of course we'll have Ren as the um, tank. So the next maxes will be Bo, and then Ren will be the focus because they're going to be the primary team. They're Bo and Ren, they're SS pluses. Okay, I mean I like these. I like these. I'm going to have to keep a healer alive, so we're going to have we'll have Clear Sky. We'll keep Chen. You're probably Chen will be in there for the time being until I can get Bo maxed out. Let's face it. Same with Tien. He'll be in there as the main team until I can get Ren maxed out. But once Bo surpasses Chen, then she'll move into that slot. So it'll be Clear Sky, it'll be Chen, and it'll be got to keep Ayen because she's the only healer at this point. And then we'll bring in Ren as the tank, and that'll be the primary team. But like I said, we're probably, I'm hoping we'll get an SS plus healer here sometime here in the near future. There's really only three main heal characters. I mean, Ayen, of course, is the primary. Then you've got Oscar, and then you've got Wrong, but Wrong is not just healing; she's actually more of a buffer. But she is actually, rim down. There's Oscar. She is actually classified. Both her and Ning are classified as healers in the game, and they do heal. So, but we'll have to see what they're going to do in terms of who they're going to bring up. But I'm hoping we'll get an SS plus healer. In terms, but for right now, Ayen is perfectly fine. She does. There's no. I mean, she heals. Just there's. She keeps your whole team alive quite easily once you get her to this point. To be quite honest, so if after Ren we don't get if we don't get an SS plus healer, I'll probably just maybe go ahead and throw the mats into for Ayen, and we'll just max her out instead, because I really want to get the physical skills that come towards the end, because those are pivotal in PvP, the reduction and the increase in PvP teams. So having those skills, it not only affect your PvE based on your sons, but it's also going to give you a little bit of an extra edge in PvP. And I want to keep, I'm in the top 50 right now. I was in the top 40. Well, actually, I was 37. Actually, I got kicked back into 40. I'm 40 something right now. But I want to try to get back in and get a little bit higher. I want to get in the top 20 is what I'm shooting for, and it looks like I'm going to need to be at about 550 for that. That's roughly where 1 to 10 is 1564 million. So at the top there, so I'm not going to get that anytime soon from a free to play perspective, but I should be able to within maybe the next 6 months or so, I should be able to get into the to the 600 million probably easily, since we're actually probably more than that, since we're coming out with a character at the pace that they've been getting new characters. Conceivably in 5 to 6 months we could be at 7 or maybe even 800. It just depends on how useful they are, and it's really just based on how fast you can level them up. So it's basically how fast can you get shards. I mean, I'm storing the shards right now for Ren because I really want to put Ren into the game, because she's going to be a game changer, I think. So as you can see, I'm stockpiling. These are all going to go straight to Ren. So once I get Ren, I'll be immediately dumping in her. I want to try to get her up to Sun exceedingly fast. and I'll be able to do that within that as well, and then I'll be able to utilize her in terms of that. But you got to wait for her to come out first. But so it's probably going to be 2 weeks before we actually able to get her. Uh, so that's where I'm at that point. But still, 457. You should definitely be focused using all your mats on the characters, even if it's an SS character, simply because the fact that these soul bones can be taken off and put on somebody else, it doesn't lose it. If you remove this, you don't lose it. Okay, you can put it on another character, so it's all right to stick them on here right now. It's not like these, which are not removable. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, these, which are not removable. This is not removable stuff, but you can regenerate the character. But this is stuff that you can't remove. So anything you put on here is you lose it until you regenerate the character, which we're not going to do. But this can be removed and put on somebody else. You can swap sets around. Okay, so it's not that big a deal to throw all your mats into this, because you can just take it off and put it on somebody else. So that's why it's good. But yeah, definitely want to get in and take a part in this event. It's an excellent event. It's one of the best events that they have in terms of value, because that Soulbone set is impossible to get unless you get the chest. Okay, it's just not in the shop. As I've shown people hundreds and hundreds of times, it's not in the shop. So you only get it when they offer the chest. So you get the Soulbone shop, and you only get the oranges and the yellows in here. And then these are not bad sets. HP and defense sets is what they are. And you want to utilize these on your support characters and on your tank. You want to put a defense set on your tank, and you want to put a hit point or a defense. You can use either or on your support. But for your attackers, you need the red set, and you can't get the red set in here. It's just they don't offer it. It's the best set. It gives you the highest buff for attack, and it's the only way to get the attack that you need if you want to get those percentages. So the only way to get it is through the chest, and they only offer the chest during events. They offer it frequently enough that you can make your sets, of course, but I'm always looking out for those sets. As you can see, I've got every time I see an event with that, I always get them. Okay, so as you can see, red set, okay, red set, defense set. He's on my second team, where I'd have a red set on him too. And then I got an HP set here, and then Bo's an attacker, so red set. Zoo, an attacker, red set. So you can see that's what you want to do. After that, it's just basically yellow sets and stuff, which I haven't really focused on yet, because I always focus on my primary team first. But yeah, that's the best way to go about it. And then you always want to, plus you want to SS plus your red set first. Okay, don't you should, you want to start after you've done all of your red sets. Then you can start focusing on the orange and the actual yellow sets. But for me, I focus on the reds first, and that's what I'll be doing. So I'll do all of Clear Skies. I'll get all 4 of these up. I'll get all 4 of these up. These will most likely be thrown onto Bo once she becomes main team, and I'll put the set that's on Bo onto Chen, because Chen will be going. He will be going second team eventually. And that's the way it looks at it right now. I could very well pull this set off and put it on Ren whenever I get Ren. But yeah, so things like that. So you can rotate the soul bones on the set. So don't worry about maxing them out, utilizing the mats. I shoot for 3. That's what I shoot for. Is in terms of my soul bones, is I shoot for 3R. Okay, on the advancement. There are more than that. Okay, and I will focus on them. But for just initial, I go 3R. That's what I consider my base. So as you can see, I got what R's on all this for her. But I'll get 3R for her. But so, this set's going to be going on the Chen first of all, so I'm not going to worry about that at that point. But I go for 3R, and to do that, you need the Doomstones. Is the problem? It's not all that difficult to get these, but the Doomstones. Let me go ahead and advance this. The Doomstones are a little bit more difficult to get. You can only get 2 a day unless there's an event, which there was an event here previously. And then you go to advance. Now to take it up to it, you need the Doomstones. You need 8 of them. So I've been stockpiling my Doomstones because those are the most difficult thing to get. And that's what causes the problem. Because you can get 2 a day from I think it's Soto. I think it's Soto Arena right here. I think if you do 10. No, it's not in there. It's one of these. One of the. Not exactly sure which. One of the events. One of the events you do 10 attacks and you get actual Doomstones. Maybe it's the Battle in the Clouds. Yes, Battle in the Clouds. You have to do 10. You get you get 5, but you need to purchase 5 more and do it to get 10. So that's really the only. Doomstones are not offered inside of any stores, but you do see them in occasionally at events. But whenever they do come up with the events, you definitely make sure that you want to snatch those up as well too, because those are not quite as hard to get as the spirits souls to take your soul bones to SS plus, but just as difficult. So these are things we want, and that's why this event is so important. Simply because the fact that you can get all this stuff right here. Right here is the 2 difficult items. Okay. 15 Doomstones and 45 of the spirit sources. So that's yeah, just purchase as much as you can inside of there. That's advisable. So that's all I got. So hopefully within the next couple of days we'll get the second event. Sometime at the beginning of the next week we'll get the event for Bo. Difficult to say at this point. A little bit of a letdown on we were unable to get the actual remaining shards. I was hoping that they were going to let us make the Eye of Terror, but they didn't. They came up a little bit short on that. I'd already actually made a Pleach Power Umbrella S to fit into it, but didn't need that actually because didn't get it. But this is the first SS Plus, hidden weapons, so it's definitely something that you want to max out. So that's what we'll do. Whenever we get it, we'll max it out, and we'll put it most likely. It does have a slight bit of a melee component to it, so it might be something that would be really good for clear sky. We'll just have to bring it up. So I've been saving my enhancement mats for the hidden weapons at this point, so that I can throw them into that weapon once we get it. So we should see a pretty big buff. Hidden weapons, while they don't produce quite as big as buff as the soul bones do, they still can give you a pretty good buff, and probably give us a couple of million on your BP if that's what you're focusing on. But other than that, I got nothing. All right, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you've subscribed, you'll see the bell. Click on it, you get notified. And also remember to like and share the video, as it does help the channel immensely. Ken Rear coming at you from the corner, signing out.